Logan, was that Logan?
That's Logan. He says your timing is a big factor on that.
Yeah.
Get ready.
That's good. I'm a happy man. Good hot chocolate on a nice cool day. What do y'all want to know?
Any adversities with the weather and everything, or was the field and everything okay?
No, great. It's cool, but the wind wasn't blowing, and you know, our fields can handle any kind of water. The field turf is not a problem at all. So, no, it was actually excellent day to practice. Excellent weather.
Has the fact that you guys obviously need to win the game to get to Atlanta been all the motivation y'all have needed for this contest? Or any fear at all about overlooking this Auburn team?
Oh no, are you kidding me? There's no chance. No chance.
Does that mean that you think this team's past the whole idea of we need this extra motivation, or? You know,
Well, I think anything you can use to motivate is good, but the question was, will we overlook Auburn? There's no way.
Have you specifically pulled out games like I guess you guys knocked off number 5 Auburn in 2006? Nobody expected, I guess.
Well, we've done none of
2000,
that.
yeah.
You know, to this point, we work on fundamentals, scheme, game plan. Right now, as we get closer to the game, you know, there are some thoughts as to how we're going to approach our motivational video and the time that we spend on those types of things. And you want to mention certain things along the way. You want to say something, hopefully, to maybe help motivate on any given day of practice. And you don't want to shoot all your bullets early in the week as far as emotion goes. Just want to try to hold a couple of them back. So trying to figure out what might work the best. Some weeks it works better than other weeks.
Was Burnett, was he able to do anything last 3 days?
No. There's a good chance he'll still travel with us and possibly be ready. Just don't know.
What happens with him out? It was interesting that Gates went over and played right guard with him out of the game against Ole Miss. Traditionally, you guys have shifted Canaries down to left guard and flipped Dallas over to right. Is there any specific reason for that? And do you expect it to handle it the same way this week if Chris can't start?
I don't know for sure how we would do it. I hadn't talked to Coach Friend about it. We've been rolling a few guys in there. Austin Long has been getting some reps in there too. The ones, some. Not that Austin. I don't think Austin will start, but Austin's been getting reps. But I'm not sure exactly how we'll set up.
Who's kind of in that next tier of life? You mentioned Austin Long, but along with him, are there any other guys right now who you would feel comfortable?
Watts is, trying to get there. The guys that are getting the reps, Xavier. Bobby's working at center, number 2 center, but that's not really. I don't think that's. He's there for that purpose, for center.
Sure.
DeBell's getting reps. But I think the 2 closest guys would probably be Watts and Long, Austin Long.
Mm-hmm.
What do you expect from Conley at the slot now that you don't have Brown down now?
He's a guy that works real hard every day. He's in really good condition. I think he's going to play full speed. I think he knows what to do. I think he has got some pretty good physicality. I know you've been using that word a lot, but I mean, he likes to mix it up a little bit. He doesn't mind, getting in there and blocking, and he's got good hands. I mean, he's a good I think he'll do well. He'll do well.
Some of the guys
He'll
yesterday.
play some special teams too.
I'm sorry, I mean,
You might-
some of the guys yesterday been talking about, of course, the election yesterday. They were asked what player on the team would be somebody good to run for politics, and Chris Conley's name was mentioned a couple of times. Could you
They
see
mentioned-
that?
they
Mentioned
mentioned Chris.
Conley's name. Would you vote for him?
Yeah, I'd vote for Chris. You can't believe it. He'd be a good one.
What's his platform? Let's see, what's he stand for?
You really want to know?
Just teasing.
Yeah. No, he stands for Jesus, man. He loves the Lord. And just a very good, solid, moral man. Good man.
Coach, is this the first year you guys have ever done weekly yoga sessions as a team?
Yeah, we've done some yoga. We've done some yoga in the summer and some yoga on the weekend for whoever wants to do it. I don't think it's a massive crowd there right now. But
Is
it's a lot of
that the
people
first
volunteering.
time this year?
Yeah, we've been doing it all year. Yeah.
Do you mean massive in size or numbers?
I don't think it's a massive group in numbers, but there are some guys that are taking advantage of it.
Done Pilates also?
I don't know if they're doing that.
Some other teams have done that too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're doing that right now. It's good stuff.
Hugh Freeze, on the conference call today, said he thinks that y'all may have more NFL talent on defense than anybody they've played this year, and they played Alabama.
Mhm.
I know you're not Mel Kiper, but is this the most NFL talent you at least think you might have had on a defense here?
Been some good ones. 2002, group was good, and there's been others too. I mean, if you just, what happens a lot of times, you'll go back and look at film of a game a few years ago, and you'll look at it and say, wow, those guys played pro ball, but and a bunch. There's definitely a lot of guys that I think will get drafted this year, and a lot of them that will probably get drafted some other, next year, year after that, whatever, somewhere down the line, there's some other ones that will get drafted too. It's good players.
When the scouts are out like they were today, is that something the players are aware of when they're out there going to
I
practice?
know when the scouts are there.
Yeah.
We actually pay guys to put NFL gear on and stand there.
That's good.
No, we don't do that. It would work.
Oh, brother.
Mark, on that hip replacement surgery that
Oh, jeez.
you're gonna be needing, I guess, what would that do in terms of your schedule at that time?
If I do it, I haven't decided yet, but if I do it, there's different windows of time, and one time, the earliest possible time would be after signing date. That'd be the earliest possible time. And I think there'd be a window of time that I could recover enough to be able to do the things that I would need to do. There'd be a couple of things that I would have to move around, not that are already on my schedule, but things that could be moved.
You say if you do it,
If I did it then. I mean, I could also maybe wait till after spring ball. Another possible time, but there's a lot of Bulldog Club stuff there and a few, other obligations that I could wait till those are done. But then, you got your summer camps, and what I really don't want to do is go too deep into the summer where I'm not really in the kind of condition I want to be to start the year. So if I get it done after signing date, and by the summertime, I might actually be able to exercise and get in good condition. So that's what I'd like to do if that's what I'm going to do.
there's a chance you might not have it done.
Right.
And can you give me a Cliff Notes version about, is it P90X was the thing that exacerbated it, I guess?
Yeah, just doing P90X. There's a lot of stuff that you do. If anybody's ever done P90X, don't laugh if you haven't tried it, because it's tough. But, I just, I felt like I had pulled a hip flexor muscle, and it just wasn't going away. And I was thinking if I could try to wait till it feels good again, or I could just keep going to try to, stay in condition and all that. So I just kept kind of sucking it up and kept exercising, and it just, the pain got a little worse, and it started to be sore more at night when I was trying to sleep. It became kind of gravitated to right on where you think your hip is, that's where the pain started really radiating from, so that's when I started to have doctors look. The other thing I was doing was playing a lot of racquetball that summer, and I mean, about a game or two in, it just was starting to really hurt my back and my hip. So I just had to stop doing that, and so anyway, they looked at it and said it's really not in good shape, and one day you'll probably need to have a hip replacement if you're going to want to do certain things, and if you're going to want to be feel healthy again. And the reality was it began to, pain started to work into my knee area, even my ankle, my back. I felt like I was kind of walking, I feel like I've been kind of out of alignment, and I don't want it to affect other joints in my body. So I'm thinking it's probably getting about time to do it.
Coach, with Marlon being out, Josh Harvey Clemens had gotten a look earlier this fall at wide receiver, at least as a red zone opportunity. Is there any chance of that happening again?
Not right this minute, but you know what? I wish I'd have thought of that on Sunday. Might be too late in the week. That's a good idea, though. I like that. Good idea. I like that idea.
The defensive coordinator job, obviously, for here is such a key one. With Van Gorder and Willie both there, and Todd there, is it almost going to be almost like a this is your life kind of thing for you?
Well, not really. No. I mean, of course, I've known Willie a long time, and I've known Van Gorder a long time before the Georgia thing happened. They've been my friends a long time, and so. But it's going to be again. I really believe everybody's gonna be able to, focus on their job and just try to coach the best you can coach.
We go back to earlier with all the talk about the offensive line. Can you talk about how far you've seen Beard come since he got here in the spring?
Yeah, Beard's done very well. I'm glad Beard's getting opportunities to play, and the more he plays, the more he'll get comfortable. And he's a very good athlete. He's strong. He's everything we thought he was athletically, and it's just a matter of learning and getting comfortable. And he's getting more reps because of what's happened. But he's earned the right to do that. He's done a good job.
Anything else?
You said earlier you played racquetball. You ever challenged one of the players to a round of racquetball?
Oh yeah. Over the years. I used to thrash Pollock, but now that was the other part of the problem with my hip. I got tired of Pollock whipping me in racquetball in the summer, and I don't know if I could beat him even if I was healthy. Because back when he was a player, he didn't know what he was doing, but now he knows what he's doing. And he's dropped about 60 pounds, and how he was, perpetual motion. So he's tough to beat. My brother-in-law Brad was beating me. I used to keep the racquetball belt like every time he played, but championship belt hadn't been in my house in a long time.
Have you ever beat any current players?
Current players, I think Murray. Yeah, Murray and his brother. When his brother was here, he was a player too. But I think I beat them both at the same time pretty bad. You can ask him about that.